Hi guys, I'm here with the Super Meteor 650 finally, and this I did like two rounds of test drive. One was yesterday, and today is another round of test drive. Yesterday it was mixed feelings, and but since I've driven it twice, so let me tell you uh, about the drive. This video is more about the drive and what makes a cruiser. So cruiser is basically built for straight lines and comfort, and we don't talk about speeds, we don't talk about 0 to 60 and 0 to 100, and comfort. Yeah, so as you can see, the stance is perfect cruiser stance with long wheelbase and forward feet positions and long uh, wide handlebar, right? And you're sitting very low, right? I'm 5'6", and I didn't had any issues in managing this bulky bike. In numbers, it's 240 kilos, and uh, that was the inhibitions most of us had. That how are we going to manage the 240 kilos? Of course, in the drive you don't feel, but even in parking, I mean, one of the good things I would say is the moment I got on a bike, I didn't feel nervous. I was pretty much at home. I feel like that I've been driving this for a long time. The first thing, I was never feeling uncomfortable, nervous on this, which is good. So weight is not an issue anymore. And comfort wise, yes, it's obviously it has ticked off all the cruiser characteristics. So low seating, wider handlebars, front facing feet, so it is comfortable. As if like you're sitting in a couch, and there's no issues on the weight. I have driven it in the peak traffic, and this is a slipper clutch, and I have not felt any fatigue or pain in my fingers, even though it's not as light as other slipper clutch assist bikes like Ronin, but nothing to complain. It's better than the other regular clutch. And ground clearance also, I didn't had any issues. I've driven it on very very high speed breakers here, and it didn't scrape anywhere. So that was another concern most of us had, and you know you I didn't bother anywhere. Actually, it didn't scrape anywhere, and I was comfortably been driving around. And what else? So uh, in yesterday's bike, I felt the heat on the left calf more. Maybe I was putting the feet little closer to the engine, because one thing I always struggled throughout was this foot pegs. My shoe size is 8, and I was kept struggling. When I want to shift down, I have to move my feet forward, and when I have to shift up, I have to pull my feet backward. So if it, can you see that? So that is something need to be watched out. You'll have constant struggle on this, but nothing to complain. You because you're enjoying the drive, and this is a bike where you don't change the gears frequently. You can run in second and third throughout in the city, and no need to change the gears. So that's not a concern. But yeah, there in yesterday's bike was different. It was a Meteor bike. I was constantly feeling the heat on my left calf. Not sure if the radiator was working, but yeah, this bike I didn't feel anything. And we did. It's an early morning. We did a cold start, and that could be the reason. But I need to see how in the long drive. Of course, in the highways you don't feel the heat. Only in the cities, right? That's one thing to observe. And the brake bite is pretty strong, and it gives you that confidence. So that's a good thing. Again, yesterday's bike was, I was not, feeling that coming to performance, right? I wasn't feeling great about the performance, but maybe I also felt the chain tuning wasn't that great in yesterday's bike, but this one feels great. I mean, as far as performance is concerned, yes, it's got that low end torque. Even if you drive all in the low speeds in the second and third gear, you don't feel bored. You feel very relaxed, and it gives you that chilled out drive all through without getting bored, and you can enjoy the surroundings, like I am in here, like with the greenery and with all the buildings here, right? That's what cruising is all about. It's about enjoying the drive at a slow speeds, and also enjoying your surroundings, right? So slow is what cruise is all about. you know uh, Slow is peace, right? And it's almost like meditative process when you're driving cruiser. So that's what it's all about, right? Even though the engine is shared with the interceptor, but uh, there's no comparison, I would say, because this is entirely a different segment, and they have detuned this to meet those characteristics of cruiser. So yes, overall, Royal Enfield has done a great job. And as far as looks are concerned, I think you won't get bored staring at this, watching entire day, right? And so let me turn the engine on, and make you hear the exhaust in a moment. If you have any questions, or any other, if you're planning to buy and need suggestions, please put your comments down, and I'll help you. And I'm planning for a long drive sometime, so I can answer those questions while I drive that. So this is a absolutely gorgeous machine, and more importantly, in this price range, there is no proper cruiser in the market, right? So in fact, the drive almost gives me a feeling of I would say Triumph Bobber, but not entirely, right? I mean, obviously that is more lighter and bit more powerful, but in terms of smoothness and a bit of handling, my memory recalls, it reminds me of that bike for some reason. In terms of the torque, I would when it comes to torque, my memory says Iron 883, and from the moment you say go, you can feel the torque in that. But obviously that is a much powerful capacity and specs, right? But then even the price is way higher. So in that sense, as I said, there is no other cruiser in the market which ticks off all the boxes, and this is coming around like 4.5 lakh for this color, interstellar green, which is very beautiful. As you can see, there is black and a green, and then there's gold stripes, which makes it very, very rich and elegant and gorgeous. So yeah, as I said, in a moment I'll show you, make you hear to the exhaust. Meanwhile, let's start worshipping this beauty.